Good morning and welcome to another day of learning with Miss Tia. Today is Wednesday, May 6th. May 6th. So let's go ahead with our magic finger and let's write our number 6 in the air. We start at the top, we make a little curve, and we go all the way down with our curve, and we circle back in, and there is our number 6. So how many of you guys ate tacos yesterday? I did. I love tacos. Taco Tuesday. Perfect. Cinco de Mayo. Alright, so today is 6th of May. No big deal for May 6th. But if you want to say 6 de Mayo is 6th of May. Anyways, today we're going to be doing some more science. So I hope you're ready to have some fun today. And we are going to be talking about weather today and probably tomorrow too. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to... Who's out there today? Ashton. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to... Who else is out there? How about Amelia? Amelia, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to... Who else is out there? Is Ari out there today? Hi, Ari. Good morning to you. All right. All right, so the next few days we're going to be talking about weather. So what is weather? Well, take a look outside. What do you see out there? Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it rainy? Is it windy? Obviously, we're not going to have snow because this is Florida. We don't get snow here in Florida. So those are types of weather. You look outside and the weather, you can kind of tell what's going on out there. That is weather. Okay? Weather can change throughout the day. So clouds might move in and they might be rain clouds. How do you know if they're rain clouds? Well, usually rain clouds have a gray hue to it. So the white clouds don't mean that there's any rain, but once they start to get gray, that means they're starting to fill up and get a little bit heavy and it's going to rain soon. Now if those gray clouds are like a really dark, like a black color, and that means some really strong storms are coming, like thunder and lightning. Also, those black clouds mean severe storms, which could also mean tornadoes, especially if it's windy out. So that's a severe weather. But weather comes in all different forms. So we have our rain with the gray clouds. We have our lightning, our thunderstorms with the black clouds. That means there's going to be some lightning and some thunder, some really heavy rain. You have just windy, like a windy day. You just look outside and oh, the trees are blowing, you know, you can fly a kite out there in the wind, or maybe there's no clouds in sight and it's a really sunny and bright day. So those are different types of weather. So weather in a bag, well, the water cycle, kind of like when we did our pan on the stove. We took water, well, we took our ice cube and put it in there and heated it up. So once you heat up water, it becomes a water vapor that escapes into the sky. So basically the sun is our heat source, and it heats up the earth, and the water starts to evaporate and turn into water vapor, which escapes into the sky and attaches on to particles in the sky, such as dust or pollen or whatever's in the sky at the time. And that's how clouds form. When as the heat rises, it meets with the cooler air, higher that you go, the cooler air there is. And it creates a cloud. and those clouds start to form. And as they get full of water vapor and they start to cool down, then we have our precipitation. That's a long word. Precipitation. Can you say that word? Precipitation. Precipitation is just the water that comes out of the sky. Now, if it's cold enough, it could be in the form of snow or even hail. Hail are like little bitty ice balls that come out of the sky. The water cycle, we are going to do our experiment with the bag. So you're going to need a baggie, a marker, and some water. And if you want, you can use some blue food coloring to make it look more like water, okay? So again, with our experiment that we did on the stove, our water heated up and the water vapor went into the sky and it attaches to the particles and it makes a cloud. We're also going to be making a cloud today as one of our experiments, okay? So for that one, we will talk about what you need for that in a little bit. The water cycle. Remember when we melted the ice on the stove and how the water started to evaporate and turn into like a steam or a gas, and you could kind of feel it going up into the air. If you put your hand over that steam, you can feel it going up in the air. Well, that's kind of what the water cycle is. It's where you have your water. So it goes from the water here, the heat from the sun kind of dries it up, causing a little bit of vapor to go into the sky. The vapor causes our clouds, and when the clouds get a little too heavy, then they start to rain down, okay? So that's kind of what you're going to see, and you'll see it for the next few days. You hold it, you keep it in your window, and you can go check on it periodically throughout the day and notice the changes in it. So that's what we're going to do today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Sharpie here, and I'm just going to draw some little waves down here at the bottom like it's water. There's going to be water in it, but we're just going to draw some pictures. So I just drew some little bitty waves down there at the bottom of my bag. Now up here in the top corner, I'm going to draw a sun. So you can draw a picture of your sun up in the top. So I'm just going to make my round sun, and I'm going to have some little sun rays coming off of my sun. So here's my picture of my sun. And then I'm going to draw some clouds. So clouds is just some little puffy, like little C's that kind of form into one big cloud. So I'm going to draw some clouds here. I'm going to draw a couple of clouds. Okay, so I drew a couple of clouds there. Okay, so that way we have a little picture to go along with it. So it goes from the water here at the bottom, and the sun has its rays which cause it to heat up, just like on the stove, and you'll start to see the little bit of fog there, because that's the clouds or the steam that's forming. And then as it cools down, it will start to rain down. Okay, so we'll see a little bit of the water cycle there. So all you do is you're going to put, you can either just put water, or you can add a little bit of, if you have some blue food coloring at home, you can add some blue food coloring into your bag, just to make it look more like water, but you don't have to do that. Okay, so I would just take half a cup of water, and if you have the blue food coloring, mix it in there before you dump it into your bag. And then once you dump your water in, then we're just going to seal it up like this, and we're just going to tape it into the window, okay? Alright, so here I've taped up my 2 bags of water for my water cycle, and I put them in my window here, just with a little piece of tape here at the top. So I put my one that's clear and one that looks more like water in it. It'll still do the same exact thing, okay? So as the sun hits it, it'll warm it up, and you'll see the water level maybe go down some. As the water goes up, it'll get a little cloudy, and then you'll start to see some water droplets, kind of like rain. Alright, for our next fun experiment, we are going to make a cloud, okay? We're going to make a cloud in a jar. So the things that you're going to need for our experiment today is a jar that has a lid, some warm water. I have about a cup here of warm water. I'm going to add a little bit of blue food coloring to it. And then you're going to need some ice cubes and some hairspray. So I'm pretty sure maybe your mom might have some hairspray laying around that maybe you can use. Alright, so I'm going to add my blue food coloring, stir it up just a bit here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to pour my warm water into my jar here. There we go. And then I'm going to take my hairspray, I'm going to spray it in there, cover it up. I'm going to add a few ice cubes here on the top. And we're going to see what happens. Now you should start to see a cloud form here. So a cloud is just little pieces of water vapor or bits of ice, water vapor that attaches to like dust particles in the sky or pollen or whatever is in the sky. So our hairspray is going to act as our glue, as our dust and our pollen out in the sky, out in the world. And we have our warm water because heat rises. So it rises up and it condenses and it attaches on to those dust particles. And there's cooler air, which is our ice here, up and because cool air and hot air, they come together and they condense and they make this little cloud here. As you can see, it's starting to get really foggy in here. So you should be able to see as our, kind of like when we did our experiment with the stove, how we put the water, well the ice cubes in our pan, and when we turned on the heat, the water started to evaporate, turn into water vapor or gas. Well, that's kind of what's happening here, except we used warm water instead of ice cubes at the bottom that we heated up. So we already have our hot water here at the bottom. We have our cooler air up here at the top, and then our water vapor starts to evaporate into our jar or the sky. It attaches to our hairspray. So you should be able to see a nice little cloud in there has formed. You can leave it for a little, take the lid off and watch our cloud escape into the air. Alright, so I'm going to take the lid off here and watch at the top. You'll see the cloud that we have made inside of our jar start to escape our water vapor. There it goes. Whoa. There goes our cloud out into the sky. Very cool. Alright, so for the cloud experiment, if you don't have hairspray, you can always use a match. Now you still use the warm water at the bottom. And all you do is you light a match and you hold it inside the jar for just a few seconds, and then you drop it and quickly put the lid on the top and your ice cubes on top of the lid. And the same thing will happen. You'll make a cloud. So there's two different ways, with the hairspray or with the smoke from a match, okay? Alright, so that's going to conclude our video for today. I really hope you enjoyed having fun doing some science with me today. And I will see you in our next video. So see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.